Main ways I remember this is through a strategy called questions. I use questions to frame the way I'm thinking, right? So an example here is, and I'm going to write this part down, is what am I focusing on? And these 3 questions I would actually say to myself in golf tournaments, when I was studying for school. What am I focusing on? Then number 2 is, what does this mean? And number 3 is, what am I going to do now? So say you're in a situation where things aren't going the best for you, right? It could be golf, it could be in life or in general. Ask yourself, what am I focusing on? Okay, you can choose. That's controlling your perception. So what am I focusing on? So maybe you're thinking bad thoughts like, oh, I hit a bad shot, that was dumb, I shouldn't have done that. You gotta watch that. Yeah. You gotta realize what you're focusing on. All right, I'll take a break for the plane. It's a little bit weird being on camera, huh? We'll get used to it. You're doing a great job. Alright, so what does this mean? Okay, so after you find out what you're focusing on, find out what it means. Okay, what does it mean to you? How is this going to play out? If I continue to focus on this, is this going to affect me negatively? You have to ask yourself that question. And then lastly, what am I going to do now? Which is probably the most important, is what is your next action going to be? Right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you give me an example of when you could use this?
Like on the golf course, when you hit a bad shot or like you're playing bad in general, you need to control your emotions and like to like keep your mentality intact in order to like keep playing better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a good way to look at it is, you see a bunch of golfers these days who get so angry over shots.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, if they're asking themselves, what are they focusing on? They're focusing on some kind of insecurity or anger for performing poorly, right? Well, really, at the end of the day, we're golfing, we're having fun, and we're doing our best, right? So you have to be able to focus on that. It's 2 different ideas. So use these questions. What am I focusing on? What does this mean? And what am I going to do now? You can use that for anything. This is it's not simple, but this is the core of Stoic philosophy. Sorry, spit on a little bit there. For the personal philosophy and kind of simplifying things, this is kind of intense. The best way I've heard it is, your philosophy is your set of the sail. So everyone has the same water, the same seas. Sometimes it's super windy. What's different is people have a different sail that they set. And that is your personal philosophy, right? One person says, oh, I'm very nervous, I can't do it. And another person says, oh, I'm shaking, but maybe this is excitement and I can do it, right? It's the same type of feeling of being nervous and shaking, but one person can take it and use their perception to frame it and help them. Does that make sense? Glass half full, glass half empty, basically. All right, cool. Do you feel like you learned something?
Yeah.
All right, great. Let's see how that turned out.